This is called toast. Fire! Fire! The house was busily burning down. Quick, quick, Mum screeched. Go fetch the marshmallows. I dashed back into the inferno and emerged long minutes later, my eyebrows ablaze, my nostril hair slightly singed. The fire had greedily gobbled up all the marshmallows for itself. Shit, said Mum. Shit, shit, shit. Slapping me about the head with each uttered syllable. I managed to save a loaf of Mother's pride, I cried. It'll have to do, sighed Mum, and so we had toast. That's not the recommended way to make toast, but hey. And this is called Catastrophe. This is the poem I wrote for the little ones. I'm a teacher. I was teaching primary. I was in Leytonstone, and I was in the top of a very large school. I had to go right from the bottom in the science lab up to the very top, and I teach a special needs class. And inside the special needs class at the very top were 4 very nervous, tiny, weeny little kids. And they were terrified of their life. And I come in with my black coat, my hair, and I go, "Hi, is this 3A?" And they all go, "Eeeh." They're terrified. And I said, "Okay, what were you doing the last time?" "I don't know." "What are you doing now?" "I don't know." "Would you like to write a poem with me?" "No." And they were basically at a stage where they were doing something as simple as the cat sat on the mat. So of course I had to write a cat poem and a mouse poem. So these are the poems that I actually wrote with the kids. Catastrophe. The cat peed in my dad's hat. My dad wasn't particularly pleased with that. He shouted, "Oi, no, oh, stop, scat, cat." The cat answered back, "How?" Spit, hiss. My dad said, "That's that. That cat has got to go." We said, "No." The cat said, "Exactly. When you gotta go, you gotta go." My dad said, "It's either that cat or me." We still have the cat. Now that that's gone. We still miss Daddy sometimes, but mostly we laugh with the cat. Does anybody know the meaning of the word kangaroo? Where the word kangaroo comes from? So Captain Cook is discovering these poor people who are already there and don't need to be discovered. They're discovering him. And they say to the Aborigines, "What's that giant hopping mouse that's going across there?" And they say kangaroo, which means in Aborigine, "I don't know." So it's actually called an I don't know. But they didn't know that, so the name stuck. So if mice were the size of kangaroos, and kangaroos the size of mice, you would just gasp and stammer, "Here mate, just take the bloody cheese, but don't hurt me please. I'm allergic to pain," you would explain, as he cleared out your fridge before hopping it. Then you would go get and set the nastiest trap to catch those annoying little kangaroos and keep you awake all night long. This is about my little girl, Tilly. We were a very naked family. Mum, Dad, little girl used to walk around starkers, think nothing of it. And when she came to our bed in the morning about 4 o'clock when we were all asleep and all that, she would just climb over our naked bodies as if we were just fleshy landscape. And she'd just stand on my wife's left breast, stand on my testicles, and we wake up pretty quick. Alex, have you ever had anyone stand on your stomp over your testicles?
Just a couple of days ago.
Yeah, oh God, it's terrible, isn't it? So this is not to do with that. This is another morning where we've been to a cocktail party, darling, and we're very, very hungover. And Tilly is going to come in the morning, she's going to clamber all over our fleshy mountains, and she's going to wake us up. So this is called, I feel pretty, oh so pretty. I awake, covered in glorious glitter, smelling strongly of PVA glue, sticking to my cheek, very hung over, and covered in blue, orange, yellow, red feathers. A bubble recently blown perched upon my nose. I still half comatose. Tiny bubbles travel amongst my curls, as through a bigger bubble brightly, nestling neatly over my right eye, I observe my tiny daughter purse her lips and kiss more bubbles into being. Tilly, I force my lips, still frozen in sleep, to somehow speak. What you do? Even my syntax and sentence structuring is shot. She smiles sweetly. I'm pitying you. It's the same little girl. She used to have quite unusual ideas of how we experience the world, and she'd often swap her senses around. And so this is called The Smell of Purple. She says she can smell yellow. She says she can smell blue, despite not being able to spell either colour. Yellow smells the same as blue, like a wet kitty drying by the fire. Red smells like mummy when she kisses. Her kisses smell different when she kisses you. Then she smells like flames with little orange tips. Purple is my favourite smell. It smells just like a magic spell. I kiss her goodnight like violet, only lighter, with little flecks of purple scattered here and there. And finally, in order to give Alex time to not spill a cup of tea into his crotch and get his poetry out, because he's next, but he doesn't know he's next. Now, of course, he knows he's next, but he didn't know that. So this is called Cromwell's Revenge. It's called A True Story. And it's called Cromwell's Revenge simply because I was reading the book called Cromwell's Revenge. But its real title is, Alas, I was mistaken when I thought Cathy had shaken her tic-tacs at me. I was in love with Cathy, but Cathy wasn't in love with me. Cathy was in love with my best mate Kate, who was madly in love with Michael, who thought I was great. Now Michael I both detest and hate. Oh, what a tangled web we wove. If music was the food of love, then we had excess of it. We were each of us dying of hunger in the midst of a feast. Shakespeare sure said it when he said it. The course of true love never did run smooth. Thank you. So I'm going to read a love poem to Jan, and it's about my favourite job. It's called I Love My Job. I awaken to find a naked little bum disappearing to the loo, nipping in and out of the nasty nippy air, bringing back a frozen derriere, my pleasure to warm. Such treasure, such an honour, I, the official #1 warmer of your bum. Wonder what I've done to deserve this. I love her. I love her down to her toenails, down to the bones in her teeth, down to... Oh, God almighty, don't get me started. Don't get me started. Right, this is about love when it doesn't go right. I hope that you're all familiar with shipping forecast, that lovely, iconic, oral telling of imaginary sea bit where you cut the sea up and call them bits like Dogger Bank and fishnet and stuff like that, and you know the night has ended, you're putting out the cat in the milk bottles and bringing in the dog, and sailing by is on, and this happens. So this is my version on the shipping forecast. And now the relationship crisis forecast issued by the same side of yourself on behalf of the Merry Time and Keep Your Guard Up agency. The general synopsis at midlife is late 40s, dogged by blighted love life, new all-time low expected by that time. Sex, occasionally very poor at first, becoming moderate or good. Fuck all, hand over fist, wanker. Marriage, 3 or 4, becoming a bore, blonde man trap, 34, 24, 34. Sexy Mrs. Fitzroy, formerly fit as stare, affair deepening, rapidly, expected, imminent. Getting carried away, hoisted by one's own petard. Chances it will work out all right, moderate, becoming decreasing slight. Fair Isle sweater left carelessly behind in car. Oh, big mistake. Violent storm warning. Boyfriend built like Viking. Gulp, knocked over, white, becoming cyclonic, moronic. Severe icing. Oh, shite, despair, panic, fright. What more can go wrong? Chelsea 2, West Ham 1. Town gossip, Lundy fascinate informs wife. Accused of infidelities, backing off into continual lying, veering towards disbelief, clothes thrown out in street, locks changed, caught fast in net like trashing fish, future visibility moderate, becoming poor in showers, drunk again, singing in the rain. What's it all about? Alfie. Thank you. I had a lovely friend who was really enamoured of the world of men, and this is what she used to always say. It's called mislaid. I didn't lose my virginity, it was just mislaid and happily discovered and rediscovered each time I went to bed. I went to New York and I was on my own, and I went up to the top of the Twin Towers. I went up to, well, I did all the places. This is called Do Androids Dream of Electric Kisses? Or I really, 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 really wish you were here. On top of the Empire State, a guide informs her people that if you kiss this high, you get an electric shock. This is greeted by a Greek chorus of, oh my God! An old guy looking like Death in Bergman's The Seventh Seal eyes me up as if to say, well, how's about it? I mouth back a silent, don't even go there, buddy. Now I'll never know if kisses are electric. It's times like this I really miss my missus. Pick a postcard, sign it, love and kisses. And to get rid of me, I'm going to show you how a poet's minds work and where the poems come from. You might think that the poems and I get on really well. We don't, we fight, they resist. This is called The Poem and I. The poem sought me out. Oh God, it moaned. Is this what I've got to work with? The poem threw a hissy fit. Okay then, let's get on with it. I immed, the poet awed. Forget it. Poem petulantly pouts. Come back, come back! I shouted, the poem's retreating back. All I have left is the empty space where the poem should be. Late at night, the poem calls me up, apologizes. The poem and I make a date for 12:30 tomorrow. 12:30 tomorrow is now 12:30 today. The poem doesn't show up. The poem and I break up. It was never going to work. A pang of jealousy when I see the poem on the tongues of others. Blast man. I pass by. The poem pretends not to even know me.